Listen, we're going to do some winners and losers now, Fabrizio Romano. Nobody knows this better than you, my friend. So let's talk about some winners and losers. And I want to listen, when we were doing this schedule with you, Fab, Des and I, our producer, we were talking about certain teams and who did well, who didn't. Of course, there's some great winners and some questionable decisions from other clubs. I immediately thought of Arsenal, Fabrizio Romano, and questioned their January because I see a lot of exits, a lot of outgoings, but the incomings, to me, are not really doing anything to facilitate the remainder of the season for Mikel Arteta. What did you make of Arsenal's January transfer window, specifically because you were reporting on players that they wanted, but they didn't get? So what did you make of Arsenal?
Yes, to be honest, it was not an exciting window for Arsenal, and I agree with you. If we say losers, it's not a beautiful word, but this is the reality. I would say Arsenal were not doing anything special in this window. It will help. I'm sure that this window, we will appreciate this window in the summer because they saved a lot of salaries of players like Maitland-Niles, Chambers, Pablo Mari. They were out of the project, and so they wanted to save some salaries and then spend some money in the summer. They wanted to spend some money in January because they were looking for a midfielder, but Arthur, they were not accepting an 18-month loan, but only a 6-month loan, and this is why the deal collapsed with Juventus. Douglas Lewis, they wanted him, but Aston Villa were asking for 35 million euros, and they were not prepared to spend that money for him. So they prefer to wait, and I'm sure that maybe we can be able to appreciate this window in the summer. But for sure, to give a value to this window was not exciting for Arsenal, and I agree with you. And same happened for AC Milan in Italy. I would include them in the same category for this winter. AC Milan were looking for a new player in the defense, so they were needing a centre back. They were trying for Botman. Then they decided to save some money and to spend money in the summer. Renato Sanchez and Botman will be 2 players in the list of AC Milan for the summer. I'm 100% sure.
Let's go back to Arsenal for a second. What do you make of, obviously, this being a US-based podcast, what do you make of Matt Turner, of course, the current starting goalkeeper for the USMNT, and Austin Trusty as well, an interesting one as well. What's the strategy behind that?
Yes, there are signings for the future. I think interesting ones. Of course, they will need time to adapt to a new football, but Matt Turner will join because Ben Leno will 100% leave Arsenal in the summer, and so they have already his replacement ready. So the player is super excited and super happy. So it will be a good opportunity for him to join Arsenal. For Trusty, he will need some time to adapt. Of course, Premier League football is completely different from MLS, and so he will need some time. But they wanted to prepare something for the future, and so I think is part of an interesting strategy. But we have to prove Arsenal on the market in the summer, because they will need to show something important. And I can say that they want to sign an important striker in the summer. So I see Arsenal going big in the market in the summer for a striker.
Yeah, I hear you say the summer, but if Arsenal don't get Champions League football and maybe even European spots this season, then, the summer better be aggressive, because I don't think Arsenal fans will be very happy, especially since Stan Kroenke's LA Rams are in the Super Bowl, and there's a lot more attention there as opposed to what's happening at the Emirates Stadium. Hey, listen, let's talk about for a second. You mentioned AC Milan. I kind of wanted to go to Serie A. Juventus. I mean, Dusan Vlahovic. Is Juventus back, Fabrizio Romano? This is a massive statement, a massive one. And once again, another steal. Juventus yet again takes a player from Fiorentina. What do you make of that?
Yes, top signing. This is a fantastic statement from Juventus. It's a message to the Serie A and to European football. We are back. I think this is the message, because you're signing one of the best strikers in the world, not just in Serie A. They did it in a perfect way with a strategy, top secret. So they were really good in waiting for the right moment. Then when they understood that the player was not accepting proposals from Premier League, as we always say, and then Fiorentina were prepared to sell the player in January to Juventus, they decided to jump into it. They did a masterpiece, in my opinion, to sign Dusan Vlahovic. And so really congrats to Juventus, because in my opinion, they did great with Vlahovic and also with Denis Zakaria, because they were needing this kind of midfielder. They were terrible in the midfield in the first part of the season. A lot of problems, slow players. They were not aggressive. So they were needing this kind of player, and they have gone for Zakaria, who was in the list of Bayern, English clubs. Many clubs wanted him for the summer as a free agent. They decided to pay immediately 5 million euros plus add-ons for Denis Zakaria. And so I think Vlahovic and Zakaria are two top kind of summer signings, not of January signings. And so congrats to Juventus, because they will do great with these two players, I'm sure.
The best move by any club in Europe?
Luis Diaz to Liverpool, in my opinion.
Woo, baby.
Has been fantastic move.
What a bargain, huh? For Luis Diaz to Liverpool. He's worth way more than that.
Exactly. They've been fast and smart, because when they saw Tottenham jumping into this deal in an important way, offering 35 million euros plus add-ons, they were preparing a second proposal to convince Porto. In 24 hours, they did everything for Luis Diaz. They've been super fast, super smart. Jurgen Klopp was pushing to have this boy immediately and not to lose this boy, because Tottenham were really close and pushing to have Luis Diaz. And so congrats to Liverpool, because the strategy was perfect and they signed an incredible player. He's joining immediately. But as you said, they pay 40 million plus important add-ons. But I'm sure that if you wanted to sign this boy in the summer, the price was around maybe 70, 80 million.
100%. An absolute acquisition from Liverpool. Can't wait to see him in the Premier League. But by the way, you know who kept him quiet a few days ago, Fabrizio Romano? Peru's Aldo Corso, who's only worth about $400,000. So, you know, if you want to keep Luis Diaz quiet, just bring a Peruvian right back to the Premier League and see what happens there. Hey, listen, I wanted to just quickly go back to Newcastle. Very quick question for you. Do you think Newcastle will stay up because of those additions?
I think they have very good chances. Yes, I can't say 100%, but I think they have very good chances to stay up, because, as I said, I think it's been a very good window. They were going completely with the ideas of Eddie Howe, and this is important when you are supporting the manager. So he wanted this kind of players. He wanted Bruno Guimaraes at all costs, and they signed him. So, as I say, only missing something creative in the attacking positions, but I think a very good window, and so they have very good chances to continue in the Premier League and to do a very important summer, because if they will be in the Premier League next season, summer is going to be exciting for Newcastle.
Absolutely. We're here with Fabrizio Romano. We're nearly done. We're going to talk about summer 2022 in a second. But I know Des is going to get angry at me, but come on, we got to talk about Villa's January. It was pretty damn good, I think. Additions and clearly upgrades in every single position.
Yes, no, fantastic window. And I loved the tweet they did yesterday during deadline day, while many clubs were trying to sign players, sell players everywhere. And they tweeted around 6 p.m. like saying, thanks, we are done. Fantastic graphic, like saying, we did it. We don't need any panic buy in the last minute. So this was a statement of a serious club. You know, I see a very serious club when I see Aston Villa. Clear ideas. Lucas Digne was a fantastic left back. Felipe Coutinho, of course, the star of this market. They were keeping Douglas Luiz. So I see a strategy. When I see strategy, you're always right. Then the strategy, let's see where it will bring Aston Villa. Here is the tweet, and it's really amazing.
Look at that graphic. It's beautiful, huh? Absolutely. Yeah. Remember what Steven Gerrard said in December? He said, we're not going to buy players in January for the sake of it. This is not going to be some kind of gut reaction. We're going to try and get a player. If we don't get him, we don't get him. But every single player that arrived in January is an upgrade of what was already there. Yes. That, to me, is a win.
Yes, his strategy, and I love how they're working. So congrats to Aston Villa. Also, Chambers is a very good signing, in my opinion. He's a boy that will be
amazing for free, basically. Fabrizio Romano.
Exactly. It was a top secret signing. So I
know it came out of nowhere.
Like the Ings, yes, exactly. So they're very good. They are very, very good. So congrats to Aston Villa, and congrats because all the players we can say in this pick, they are loving to work with Steve Gerrard. So the atmosphere is really beautiful, and when it happens in football, it's always amazing.